Hey, what is up guys? Alright, so today we are going to be looking at my creation that is a working street lights. As you can see here, they are changing. The red one changes to the green one, and the green one changes to the red one. We are going to be testing this out, and I'm going to be showing you just how it works and a tutorial on how to build it yourself. Now, this does involve a little bit of redstone and some command blocks, so if I hit this lever right here, I will show you the inside. This is the relay board. This is exactly how it's going to be working. So what happens is there's a hopper clock right here. That hopper clock will then power the first command block, just like it did there, and then power the second one. Once it powered those, it'll then switch through its hopper clock system again and power the third one, and then once that runs through, it will power the fourth one. Now, underneath this relay board is a giant empty space. We come down here and you can look and see this is actually where it's going to be cloning all of the different layers of streetlights. So we've got a layer right here. This is what it's going to be cloning. So actually, if I go and build something on the inside here, if I go and build just like a pillar right here, you'll actually see that if I fly up right here, that boom, there, you see that? It'll clone all the blocks that are built within that area, so we want to actually have it so that there are no blocks in this area. But we don't need to worry about the relay board because that's actually above where the area is going to be cloning. Now, I am using a template that is just a little bit big. It does still work. I've got a smaller version over here. It does still work on smaller roads, so if you're building on smaller roads, it still works. This still changes to yellow just like that, and I can show you the inside here. It still is the same exact thing, only it's just a little bit smaller for a smaller road. You've still got the four little things there that's cloning, but it all still works even though it's a smaller template. So guys, that was a little bit of a tutorial on how it will work. I've built this template right here. If you want to screenshot it and get the coordinates and the layout of how it looks, feel free to do that, but we'll come down and I can just kind of show you a little bit how it works. Make sure you are facing north, because you need to be facing north in order for this to work. So I'll just show you that each lane is 3 by 3. That way you can build a car. I usually build my cars 3 by 5. But once you have that lane, you've got another meridian, and then you've got a 3 by 3 lane, a bike lane, and then you've got a crosswalk here. And then if you guys want to know how long these street lights are, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's basically, it's 6 tall and then 6 across, and then this square on the inside, this cobblestone square, is going to be 13 by 13 from corner to corner, and basically just like a 13 by 13 layer of cobblestone slabs. I also build my streets with cobblestone slabs because basically it gives you the illusion that you have a curb here, so you can step off the curb and stuff. I like that because that's just how I build my roads, but you want to get started by digging 3 blocks in and making a 7 by 7 square. Once you have this 7 by 7 square, you'll want to make sure that you're facing north. I cannot stress this enough. Make sure you are facing north because the entire project will not work if you're not facing north. You can check this by pressing the F3 button right here, and you can see right there that you are facing north. You want to be doing this because our cloning commands will be facing northwest and cloning from the northwest corner, and it'll probably mess up most of your build if you're not using the northwest corner. But other than that guys, you'll want to start off by going into this little corner. It's in the northwest. Go on the outsides of your street lights, so on the outside of this one and the outside of that one. Go basically 3 by 3, break a block, and then you want to dig down 2 blocks, 1, 2, and then another 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and basically 6 blocks down. You want to dig a hole on this side. Then what you want to do is go over to the other side and dig down 1, 2 blocks. Now, an easy way to clear out the area underneath that we need to use is to actually give yourself a command block, hop into this hole right here, break the block, and then go inside the command block. Once inside, you're going to use the /fill command and type in the current coordinates that you're standing on. You can kind of see the little coordinate thing right there. Actually, if you just escape from the command block for a real quick second, you can see this is the coordinates that you're going to be standing on. What you'll want to do then is actually to copy the command, use the Control A and then the Control C, and that'll copy the command. And then you can see this is actually my coordinates right here. Copy that command and then fly over to the other hole that you dug, drop down, put in a command block and then Control V to paste the command. Then you'll want to get the other coordinates on this side, so that's 270, 14, negative 249. Yours are going to be different. Don't worry, you've got two different areas that you're going to be going from as well. What you'll then want to do is give it a redstone input, and bam, you've got your area cleared out, so that way you can start building your project. Now that your intersection looks a little like this, what you'll want to then do is actually go over to these corners and refill the grass blocks. You don't actually have to do this, but I like to do it just because of aesthetics. Now to start work on your circuit board, what you're going to want to do is come into this corner right here, place a block, and then build out just to there. Now you'll really want to be placing north for the entire project, just like I'm doing right here. Face north, because that'll keep you in line with what I'm doing. Then come down to this block and build out 4 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a block up just like that right there. Now we are going to be building the hopper clock, so place a hopper there and a hopper there. If you don't know how to place hoppers while flying, it's as easy as holding the space button and the shift button. So you can see kind of like this. I'm just alternating between the two. You can kind of see a little bit of movement right there as I'm clicking between them, but click them at the same time. That way you can kind of like place down a repeater, and then if you want to place down a block above that, you can kind of do that while holding the shift button. Now we're going to really start working on the rest of the blocks. So come over here, place 2 blocks, and then kind of just start building this little thing right here. I'm not really sure. It's kind of squiggly like a snake. So you got 2 blocks up right here, and then this weird like snaky pattern right here. Next, grab yourself the basic redstone. We're going to place some comparators right here, and then we're going to place a torch right here, and another torch here, another torch here, and another torch right here. Then we're going to come in with some repeaters, place one here, and then on the other side right there. And then we're going to place another repeater right here, facing into that block, and a repeater right here, and then some redstone right there. Now this is a silent hopper clock system, actually designed by EthosLab. I'm using it in my build though, so I'll give him some credit. His video will actually be in the top link in the description, but I'm going to be using the silent hopper clock system because streets really don't actually make noise when they're changing lights, so a regular hopper clock system with pistons would make noise, and that would kind of defeat the purpose. Now we're going to start work on the timing system. So we're going to come over here and then put a block up just like that, and place a repeater down like that, set it to 4 ticks. Right here, this is actually going to be kind of how it changes from yellow to red and then changes back to green again. So kind of like this one over here, how it changes to red. We're going to start building the timing system. That way you have yellow to red, and then green, and then yellow again. So it's basically just like a whole timing circuit. And this is going to come into this block, place a redstone, and then just fill in this whole place with 4 tick repeaters, just like that. And make sure that you have 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you come over to the other side, you'll actually want to have 6 as well, so make sure you have 6 repeaters on both sides. Then start building this little contraption right here with a block up right there, and then fill in these little sections right here with 4 tick repeaters as well, so that they run into the block, and then another 3 over and run into this block right here. Now we are going to start in on the command block section right here. So if you don't know how to get a command block, enter in the okay, sorry about all that. I know it looks kind of scary, but that's what we're going to get into right after this. So to get a command block, you want to type in /give and then APCOMM, hit that tab button, and then hit the enter button, and you'll get yourself a command block. Then to start placing the command blocks, you want to come over here, and of course I forgot a torch, sorry about that. Place a torch right there, and then a command block on the side of that, and then come over to the other side, which I forgot a torch on this side as well, sorry about that. And then place a command block down. These are going to be your yellow changing lights. So this one's going to be number 1, and this one is going to be number 3. I'm going to label them 1 and 3 because that's like the order that they're going to go in. You'll see it'll make sense eventually. This is going to be command block number 2 right here. Make sure that it's right there, and then over in this corner right under here, that's going to be command block number 4. Now you've got command block number 4 and command block number 2. These are basically just going to be the red and green lights. Now come into your hopper and place in 30 blocks to get your thing started. Now what you'll see here is it'll start going into action, and you'll come over to number 1, and this will actually turn on hopefully, and oh, it was the other one, number 3. So basically it turned 3 on, and then it came around and did the circuit, and then it turned on number 4 just like that, came around and turned on number 4, and then number 1's going to turn on, so number 1 turned on, and then it'll come over and turn on number 2, and then it'll go to number 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you kind of get it, it's going to go in a loop, and that'll change all of our lights. Next, what you want to do is actually go underneath your build, and we're going to start building in the lights that are going to get cloned. So come on over to the east side over here, that'll be the west. Coming over to the east side, you can see this is going to be the meridian right here, the middle of the lane, and this is going to be the center of the right side. So come on over and make sure that you build this on the 4th block. So as you can see, 4 blocks up, you want to build 4 blocks up and then start placing in your blocks. Now there's a very specific way in order for this build to work. You'll have to have a specific pattern so that way it actually copies it over correctly. So it's red, green, yellow, red. That's the pattern that you want to have on the east and west side, so make sure that you're facing east. And then what you want to do is actually go on over to the west side.
West side, when we rock, come equipped with game.
I'm sorry about that, but you'll want to come over to the west side and build it red, green, yellow, red on this side as well, and then it's under the center of the lane on both sides. Then you'll want to come over to the north side and place in the combination yellow, red, red, green, just like that. So that is actually going to be different from the west and from the east. So that is why it's north, south, east, west. So come on over to the south side, press yellow, red, red, green, just like that. Yep. So you can see on the west side you've got red, green, yellow, red, and on the south side yellow, red, red, green. Now since this is cloning not only the street lights but the street lamps as well, we're going to want to build these walls. That way they are level with what we have here. So actually I need to build this one out one more, but it's going to be 7 blocks across, and then just start building up on each one just like this all the way around. So that way it's a 4x7 wall to copy the street posts just like that. Once you have your walls built, what you want to do, actually before you do anything, make sure you're facing north. For this project to work, you need to be facing north. It is very coordinationally dependent. I'm not even sure if that's a real word, but come on into this corner right here and place a little standing block. What we're going to do is actually stand on the block. That way we can get the coordinates a little bit easier. Open up your command block and then type in the clone command. Now my coordinates are 270, 17, and negative 249. I think it's kind of covered up there, but your coordinates are going to be different than mine. Just make sure that you're still using the X, Y, and Z's for your coordinates. Once you have your coordinates and yours alone, press Ctrl A. This will highlight it so that you can press Ctrl C and copy the command. Then go into the opposite corner on the other side, place another block, place another block right there, and then actually make sure you're level with this block right here so that the one you're standing on is just like this, so that way you're level with it. Then you can press Ctrl V and paste it right into the new console command block. Once you've pasted the old command, type in your new coordinates that you're standing on. Mine are 292, 17, and negative 227. Just like that. Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and then back out. And then what we want to do is fly on up through here. Facing southeast or in the northwest lamppost, put down a block so that you can stand on it, and then get your height level. So right along here, this is where the lights are going to go. My level is 26, but yours is going to be a little bit different. Then what you're going to want to do is place down the last command block, Control V to insert those 2 coordinates, and then for the last set of coordinates, you're going to want to basically copy the first set of coordinates, except change up the Y level so that it's the new Y level of the street level. So as you can see here, in the first coordinates, we've got the lower northwest corner. In the second set, we've got the upper southeast corner. And then in the third set, we've got the lower northwest corner, but it's the new location of where we're going to be pasting our clone. Now, as you can see here, they're the same exact level, so you really don't have an upper or lower, but if you were trying to do like a boxed area, then you were going to want to change those 2 coordinates. From here on out, the commands get really easy. So I made it so that you've got the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. What you want to do is come over to the first one, insert the new command that you have, the full one, and then you'll see here it should change relatively soon. Oh my gosh, this is taking forever. There we go. Alright, so you can see it just copied the first layer, but to copy the rest of the layers, you want to come over to the second one and then insert that same exact command, but change these so that it's 1 level lower than the last one. So if yours is like at level 130 or something, change it down to 129, and that should work just perfectly. So as you can see, mine is 16 and 16, that's one level lower. There we go. And then we'll come over to number 3, and then we'll insert the command again, change it down so that it's 2 lower this time instead of 1 lower. And then for number 4, as you guessed it guys, it's going to be 3 levels lower than the original level. So mine's going to be 14 and 14. But if we step back now, we should see that this whole system works. It's got its timings perfectly, so we'll see that green changes to yellow here. Hopefully, yep, there it goes, going through its cycle, and then boom. As you can see guys, it works just great. Now, I hope you guys can use these in your builds somewhere, in your creative builds. But that is about it for today guys. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure to leave a like and comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to. But other than that guys, that is it for this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!